Hello everybody, my name is Brahir and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. In this tutorial we're gonna keep going on our tab list. Last episode we covered the government, diplomacy, economic and trade tabs. Now we'll go through tech, ideas, missions and stability. So let's start watching the tech tab. Well, the technology tab shows us which tech group we are. We can be Western, we can be Eastern, we can be Muslim, we can be Chinese. There's a lot of Western groups. Okay, Western tech is usually the best. It will have no extra moral point for each technology. Eastern people have Eastern. That's 20% more expensive. For example. Ottomans have the Anatolian, that's 25. Nomadic have 75. So yeah, taking up, it's even more expensive. So usually Western lands keep up on tech, the latest tech, and in the long game, in the mid and early and late game, Western nations will just crash over the far developed tech nations like the Chinese or the Native Americans, for example. So always try to take up, and if you can, go Western in the less developed tech groups. So this is the tech group we have. This is Western. This is the current level: army, diplo, and military. Of course, all of them tied to our moral points. If I want to take to level 4, I need 598 admin points. Okay. So there are 32 tech levels in the game. You can go from 1 to 32. Usually 32 is late game, like the last years of the game, because there's a penalty if you can never go to way over tech. Like if I have, let's say, get 15 moral points each month for the rest of the game, it's useless because I cannot pass a point where you have a penalty for being ahead of time. Like if I'm ahead of time, I will have a penalty of 10, 20, 100% depending on the years. There's a scaling depending on the year of the game where you should be on that tech. So being ahead of time is not always the best strategy. Okay. There are some discounts, of course. If you have neighbors with a higher tech, you will have a discount on that tech. So yeah, the farther you behind on the years, the more you have on discount. Okay. Now, I said there are 32 techs. Okay, some of them are more important than the other depending on the group they are. For example, on military tech, it's very important when you have more tactics. That gives you a lot of advantage in the military aspect. It's very important in tech 7 because you will have your first artillery. What else? In diplomatic, I believe the best, of course, is level 22, because you will have, now 23. Well, it used to be 22, I think. You will have what is called an advanced CB. Basically, you have a free CB on each nation. Okay, there you go. Advances Casus Valley. That's tech 23. They changed it to 23. That's one of the best techs in my opinion. If you want to expand, of course, if you want to go and expand everywhere. And yeah, in admin you have 15. You get force march, and here the buildings you get on each tech. You have army efficiency on 17. That's obviously very good to reduce in the coring. Administrative efficiency reduce in coring cost and in lots of other stuff. Okay. Development efficiency also affects the development cost of your province. So yeah, keeping up on tech is usually very good. Try to plan ahead on depending on your strategy. I will not tell you what's best because it's all depending on your strategy. Sometimes, to be honest, lots of Diplo tech, most of it are around the ship game, the ships, okay? You have better ships, you have better colonization range, better trade range. So sometimes, to be honest, I don't really care about Diplo tech, because if I play as Poland, which I have no ships at all, or Lithuania, which I have barely an access to this part of it, I really don't care about Diplo. I really don't. So yeah, that's up to you. Okay. And sometimes, yeah, like taking map ahead of time, that's a bonus you have to pay, and you will give your neighbors a discount because you are ahead of time. So watch out when you take up. Okay. Now, ideas. Of course, admin enables you to pick up ideas. You can see the first idea at Tech 5. That's usually one of the best things you do, is rush into admin Tech 5 to get your first idea. Okay, and then you have 7 and 10, 14, and so on. So ideas, what are these? Basically, each nation has well, not each nation, but most of the nations have unique ideas. Like, these are the Burgundians, exclusively for Burgundy. I have on the go a 25% discount on mercenaries and 1 extra diplomatic relation. Okay, and then we have all these different ideas. So we have, for example, the Order of the Golden Fleet. That's more prestige, mercenary cost. So for every 3 ideas you pick from the idea groups, we'll go for that in a second, I will trigger this one. So if I pick any idea group and advance in 3, I will get this. The next 3 will give me the second idea, national ideas, and once I fill all of this, okay, once I get all the 21, I think it's basically 3, 6, yeah, once you fill your 3rd idea, you will trigger the last one of here, which is the Burgundy ideas, trade steering. Okay, so ideas, this is totally personal, depending on your playstyle, depending on your situation in the game, what you want to do. Okay, but this is where you also invest your mark points. Okay, so we have army idea, deploy idea, and military idea. Overall, you can have a general idea what they are. Like, military ideas helps you fight even in water, like the navals, or in land, like, I don't know, offensive or aristocratic or whatever. Okay, so military ideas focus on that. Army ideas focus a lot on the economy part of the game, like more tax, less inflation on that. Also, it affects the coring cost, and some of them you can go and have a general idea of each one. Innovative ideas, okay, while they have a tech cost of 5% for the rest of the game, so if you want to go and have this bonus, try to get it as early as possible. You have more advisors, mercenary cost reduction. So as Burgundy, you have a negative 25. So if you get another 25 from this, that's a 50% discount on mercenaries. That is a lot. That is a lot. Okay. You can prestige decay is lower, so instead of 0.23 per year, because we have a base value of 5% decay, we will have a base value of 4%. So sometimes if you stack up enough, you can just gain prestige by doing nothing each year. Okay, sometimes you will have a positive decay over time. Inflation reduction. Okay, this is very good to have the inflation reduction. Monthly war exhaustion. Okay, that's good. That's your war exhaustion will go down over time by itself, either without upkeep. And each idea, once you finish the 7th, you will have an extra one, which is advisor cost, negative 25. Okay. So innovative, I don't know. like I said, it is situational. Sometimes I pick it, sometimes I know. If I want to go with mercenaries, this is very good, okay? But, if it's your playstyle, if you're struggling with your tech cost, maybe you should go with it. Just, you will learn, the more you play the game, the more you learn when to pick each idea. Religious idea, this is very, very, very strong and good if you're going to expand into other religions land. For example, right here, right now, I'm surrounded by Catholic. There's no point in having missionaries because there's nothing to convert. Now, if I am, like said, the Ottomans, or let's put the religious down. If I am here, like Lithuania, with lots of Catholic, Orthodox, Sunni, maybe religious is a good idea, okay? If I, like Circassia, I'm surrounded by Sunni, so everywhere I expand, it's Sunni. Well, maybe that's a good idea to have religious. It's up to you, okay? Always up to you. So the first one is very important if you are religious, because it will give you a CB to attack neighbor heathens and heretics. So that's a very good CB if you're checking other religions. Now you have more missionaries. You can see that you have only one. If you pick religions, you will have 2 missionaries. They will be more strong missionaries. They will convert faster. Reduction in stability cost. Okay, more tolerance to your own religion. Yearly prestige +1. You can see, like right now I'm losing 0.23. If I pick this one, I will grow at 0.73 instead of losing. More missionary strength and cultural conversion. Now I have economic. It affects a lot of the economy. More tax modifier, reduction in building cost, inflation reduction. This is inflation. Oh, this is cost. Instead of 75 admin points, it will cost less. Now inflation reduction. This is free. If you have gold mines, I eventually almost always go for economy, because the 0.1 inflation reduction is very important. Otherwise, trust me, this inflation, if you have gold mines, will skyrocket and will end up in the 15, 10, 12, 13, and will bring you lots and lots of trouble, of problems in the long run. Monthly autonomy change, land maintenance modifier, that's a discount on your army. You will have to pay less to maintain them. Production efficiency, development cost. Okay. Now expansion, this is good. Okay. You have a colonist. You start with 0 colonists. I cannot colonize unless I pick up a colonist. And one of the 2 ideas that gives you colonists is expansion. Okay. You have an extra merchant. You have more settlers increase. That's when you colonize. You will have more people trying to settle there, so the province will be colonized faster. Recruitment time, diplomatic relation, shipbuilding time, global trade power, and permanent CB against less advanced nations in Asia and Africa. That's basically all the less advanced means low tech group, like sub-Saharan, like Congo or Mali or Yolof over here. These are African, but these are Muslim, so these are not less advanced. The sub-Saharans are less advanced, and I think also the Chinese in Asia and over there. So yeah, this is also very good CB you get once you fill up the expansion tab. Administrative idea gives you a discount to mercenaries. So imagine as Burgundy, near T25, near T25 plus the national. That's 75 discount on mercenaries. That's a lot on the cost of mercenaries. Core creation cost. This is very, very important if you want to expand, because admin points is usually what kind of slows you down in the expansion game. Expansion by conquering game, because you need the admin points to core, especially the more developed provinces in Europe. So having a 25 reduction in that, instead of paying 100% admin points, spending 75, in the long run it is a lot of admin points, because if you spend your points coring, you will fall behind in tech. So yeah, this is very good idea. Mercenaries maintenance negative 23, 33. Like if you want to go merc, admin is great, because you will pay less to recruit them, you will pay less to maintain them, and you will have more mercenaries. Actually, this is obsolete right now because you can have infinite mercenaries right now. This is less interest when you take loans, more advisors. This is admin tech cost reduction of 10% on admin tech only, and goods reduced. Now, humanist idea is good if you're struggling with different cultures, with different religions, because it's kind of like you're okay with everyone. Okay, you have more unity. So unity represents the total amount of provinces or of developed province you have of your religion. Right now I have 100 because everything is Catholic, but if we have different religions, my unity will be lower and it will give me some penalties. So humanist gives you plus 25. So if I have one or two provinces of other culture, it will still be okay. Okay, I'm okay with that. Less unrest. Let's say I have some rebels here in Artois. Where is Artois? Over here, that's 3 unrest. I can take that and give me a flat negative 2 to every single province. Tolerance of heretics. Like tolerance means if there is heretics in my land, I will tolerate them, so they will not give me penalties or unrest. Years of separatism. This is good when you're taking other nations' land. That gives you separatism. I think it's 25 years. What is separatism? Basically, like when you take land, the inhabitants of that recently acquired province will want to go back to his former owner or overlord or owner, yeah, in the nation. So yeah, you need 25 years to kind of assimilate the population, and they will be okay with you being their new owner of the province. So cutting from 25 to 10, sometimes it is a lot. So this is good also. Accept the cultural threshold. That is tied to what we saw on the previous video of cultures. You need 20% and 10%. Right. So now with that 50%, that means if my culture is at least 10%, I will accept it. So if I take that idea, I will now accept Francian. And we have to be below 5% to lose that. So yeah, it's good. It's good because you will start to accept more cultures. It will give you more money because now you accept culture, more manpower. So it's very, very good also. But relations over time, that's great. But relations with everybody, you improve relations, you improve 30% more faster. Tolerance of heathens as heretics. Heretics basically are other religions, like if you're Catholic, I think, I always confuse that. Alright, heathens, if you're Catholic, heathens is basically all the other religions, because all different type of religions. Heretics are like same religion but different sub-religion groups, like Orthodox, Coptics, and once they appear, Protestants and Reformed. Okay. For example, if you're Sunni, Catholic would be a heathen, but Shiites or Ibadi would be heretics. And what is the last one? Idea cost reduction. It's also the same. To maximize the idea cost reduction, you should aim to take this idea as fast as possible, because for the rest of the game, instead of paying 400 points each idea, each one of these costs 500 points, admin points of the require more points. Well, it will cost only 360, and in a long time, that's a lot. Back to diplomatic, you have espionage. It's improve your espionage on other nations, your spies, you have more options like to sabotage, to agitate liberty, for the vassals to try to break free. You can infiltrate, and basically if you infiltrate a nation, you can see their troops and their more info on their nation. Sabotage reputation, they will have a reputation hit with every other nation. Espionage is a good idea if you are playing like, I don't know, I haven't found a use for that yet. They try to add new stuff, but I don't know. I haven't played with espionage in a long time. Diplomatic is good for diplomatic actions. We have another diplomat, more relations, more reputation, improved relations, cost of reducing war exhaustion. So yeah, if you're playing a diplomatic game, this is the way to go first, almost. Like, very important if you're playing like the diplomatic game of acquiring vassals diplomatically, or yeah, lots of stuff. Trade, all focus on trade, more merchants, more trade power, more trade steering, all related to trade basically. Look at that, you can have 3 more merchants from that idea. Exploration, this is good if you want to colonize the American New World, because the second idea is the quest for the New World. You can allow the recruitment of explorers and conquistadors. You can see the fog of war. No, I cannot go past this. I cannot. The only way I can go over here to the white part is with an explorer. If it is on land, or conquistador if it's on, explorer on the water, conquistador on the land. So I cannot go over here to this terra incognita, which I don't know what it is. So yeah, if you're playing as a colonizer and you want to go over here, you need this idea group. So if you're going to play with Castile, Portugal, go exploration first, basically, because that's the way it is to get into the New World. Of course, now more colonial range, more colonists, more settlers. You can see you had 2 colonies from this idea, plus 1 from the expansion. That's a lot of colonists if you want to do that. Maritime ideas gives you more strength in your ships. Okay, you have better ships, they repair faster, they cost less. Influence, you get more income from your vassals. This is basically a lot of it is tied to your vassals. You can fabricate claims faster, you can annex your vassals cheaper, less aggressive expansion. When you expand, they will piece off less, basically, the other nations. More reputation, more relations, more vassal force limit contribution, and unjustified demands reduction. And military basically affects each one. Aristocratic affects your cavalry. It is harder for your enemies to core your land, so they will take less land from you. More manpower, army tradition, navy tradition decay is slower, more diplomats, military tech cost reduction, okay, more leaders. Offensive gives you better leaders with the shock and fire leader pip. Faster recruitment time, more prestige from land, better siege, more troops, 30% more troops, discipline, and army recovery more or less faster. Defensive, like the name says, more morale of enemies. You can have faster leaders, you can move around your land faster, reduce cost in the maintenance, better forts and cheaper. You can reinforce better, you have less attrition, okay, and your enemies have more attrition on your land. Now quality basically improves each of the different unity types: infantry, cavalry, ships, and artillery. Quantity, this is very good if you want to have larger armies. It gives you more manpower, more force limit, cheaper units, etc. And naval for your ships. If you want to have better admirals and better ships, go naval. Okay, so these are the ideas and the different idea groups. Like I said, very personal. Choose whatever you adapts to your playstyle. Sometimes it is the quantity offensive because you're facing a lot of wars inland. Sometimes it is the diplomatic influence because you want to take vassals diplomatically and then annex them without even fighting war. Sometimes it is the religious because you want to spread your religion to everywhere. Yeah, just adapt to your playstyle. And like I said in the first video, there's no goal in this game. You set up your own goals. Like, you can see there's a ton of people doing crazy stuff like, okay, let's make Sunni Europe because, yeah, Muslim is the best religion ever. So teachers go for it. That's it. Once they achieve that, okay, campaign done. I have fun. The game is only all about having fun. Okay, you will have some frustration. You will have your moments where you want to say, okay, this game is not for me. Maybe it is not for you, but give it a try. It's a really good game. It's a lot of stuff to do, and yeah, you will learn from your mistakes. I'm still learning. Okay, I'm probably telling all this, and some of you are telling me, hey, that's not how it works. You're wrong over here. This is not. I know, I'm still learning, okay? So yeah, feel free to comment and leave every correction to what I'm saying over there. Let's go to the missions and decisions. Basically, there's three groups. Missions, you can pick one mission, okay? You have most of the time 3 options. Once you pick one, you can either fulfill the criteria or cancel it. If you cancel a mission, you'll have to wait 1 year until you have 3 new missions. So these are my current missions. If I want, I can improve my prestige. If I bring my prestige to 50, I will get 1 free stability. That's always good. But becoming from 4 to 50, it will take a lot of time. So probably that's not the best fun right now. Solidify papal relation. Okay. Opinion with the Pope at 100. It will give me more papal influence. I will talk about that in a second. Maybe in the next video when we talk about religion. Or conquer Liege. Basically, where is Liege? Over here. Over here. This is Liege. I can take that mission and it will give me. Let's do that. Okay, now I have a CBs on that. I think I haven't talked about CBs. I will talk about that when we in a second, or probably when we talk about military. Now we have policies. Policies are taken once you have at least 2 full ideas. You can see each idea. If you hover over the name, you will have an extra bonus you can have as a policy if you combine this idea with another idea fully complete. Like if I have innovative idea fully complete and naval idea fully complete, I can take a policy that will give me a naval leader fire, that's a better fire pip in my admiral, and recovery moral speed for my ships. Or with quantity, I can have fort maintenance negative 20% and more garrison. Okay, so each idea, take your time and explore them, gives you different policies. Remember, you have to complete both of them. Okay, so once you complete both of them, you can go here and pick up a policy. Now each policy will cost a maintenance of 1 moral points depending on the policy. Okay, so go on, check it out. Once you take it, you will see what moral points you will have to pay. Now these are some decisions, national decisions. Now these green ones are like bigger decisions. For example, I can form the Dutch nation. If I have all of this land and I meet all of these criteria, I can become Netherlands. Okay. So this is actually an achievement from the Dutch nation. So you can go, yeah, go and try it. You will have new idea for Netherlands, and yeah, this is a big. Okay, of course you can form the French nation, because well, Burgundy shares some culture group. Now, what is this? Well, France does. You have. It has to be gone. Basically, there has to be no France. And yeah, if you own all of that, hey, you form France. You become France. Okay. And you can adopt plutocratic administration. Basically, you become a merchant republic, oligarchic republic, or a theocracy if you meet all of the criteria. Now, there are other smaller decisions. Each nation has its own decisions. Some of them are like global decisions. So yeah, go and check them out if it fits your playstyle. Some decisions like, I don't want to become France ever. You can deactivate that so it never shows up. I don't want to change into that. But yeah, let me know when I can form Netherlands. So you will have a pop-up. There's a national decision you can take. Okay. And finally, stability and expansion. Okay. Now, here's the war exhaustion. You will get more war exhaustion. For example, if you have land occupied, if you lose fights, if you lose stuff during war, you will have war exhaustion. The more you have, the more the penalty you will have. You can always spend, I think it's 75 diplo points to reduce it by 2. Stability, like I said, it's at 0. We can boost it right now. Okay, look at that. We have a discount, probably because of that advisor. Look at that stability cost. So instead of 0, we can boost it to 1. Now it will cost 140 because it has an excess of 50%. But now I have +1 with these benefits: more trade power. Okay, national unrest reduction, more tax, more military strength. Okay. Now here the disasters tab. You can see over there the conditions to the disasters to start ticking. So you have less legitimacy than 50, and overseas autonomy is 20% of higher. I will start taking a ticking, and once the bar fills, you will have that disaster. So always try to prevent. It will tell you what you can do to prevent that disaster. Always try to prevent these disasters, because it can bring you to some problems to your nation. So avoid that. Now, overextension. This is a measure of how overextended your nation are. When you take land from your enemies, you will occur on overextension. Okay. The more overextended you are, the more penalties you will have to your nation. Never try to have over 100%. Okay, never, because there's an event that gives you lots of unrest to your provinces, and you will start getting higher and higher percentages of rebels. So try to stay below 100 unless you know what you're doing. Okay, always. This is tied to the colonization thing. Okay, this is your colony range and the amount of settlers you can get, and this is like your. Okay, I need a colonist to pick the ones. This is like your attitude against the natives in the colonies. You can live peacefully; they will never uprise, or you can go faster and gives you more settlers, but they will rise more and more. So it's up to you. And here the different rebels and the conditions and what they want. Like they want to give me heresy, the Socian heretics. Okay, they have 0%, and at this rate it will take 43.8 years for them to happen. So I'm not going to worry about them. Alright, and this is the unrest of the entire nation, -3. You can check over here, unrest, legitimacy and positive stability. That's, well, it's the same number. Legitimacy and positive stability. There you go. And tolerance, that's -5 because it's Catholic, and we have +5 tolerance to Catholic. Okay. Alright, well, that's it with these tabs. I will take a break and I will go into military and subjects and states in the next video. I will probably go into military and give it a look at how wars work and explain the CBs and all of that. So stay tuned, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.